So I have been in this FPV quadcopter hobby for almost 3 years now. So far no one really knows what the standard field of view is for a Fatshark type of goggles. Fatshark doesn't seem to know that too, and that's very strange. So far with their goggles, they have been experimenting with different field of views. Their experiment involve what is currently available screen out there in the market and which is the correct price point for them to make the goggles. So their field of view range from 25 degrees to 50 degrees, and now the current HDO is 37 degrees field of view. They also recently announced the new pre-release edition of the Fatshark HD2, which is the Terminator 2 edition. Put it up on Indiegogo because they don't know whether there is a demand for a bigger field of view. Fatshark should be the one who knows what the standard field of view is like because they have been doing this for a long time, but apparently they don't. We can't really blame them too because they've been pushing out different field of view goggles for more than 10 years now. People just buy them and get used to them and started to fly with the different field of view. And it seems that the 50 field of view is the most popular among the pro racers, but they are not in production anymore. For everyone else, it seems that the field of view differs according to what is currently available out there. Even with the Chinese manufacturer, they also tend to just simply put out goggles of different field of views. I think it's also because of what is available screen out there for them to make their goggles. Even for some of the popular YouTubers who have been flying FPV for a long time, they also don't seem to know what is the standard field of view. They always say that it's very subjective. We must also remember that this FPV flying hasn't been around for a long time, and so far it has been an experiment for a lot of people, especially in the hobby. When Fatshark manufactures new goggles, before they actually release them, they give it to pro racers to test the goggles. With the HDO, they only release to the pro racers to test the goggles. And for those FPV racers and those who have been flying freestyle for a long time on YouTube, they don't seem to mind about the 37 degrees field of view. They seem to like the clarity of the screen, and because I think they have been flying for a long time, they can get used to a smaller field of view because they already have the skills to fly through gates and obstacles. So it's not really helpful for them to say that they like the field of view of the 37 degrees. This confuses the market also because then other people will start asking why 37 degrees field of view is good. Because now that a lot of people have gone into this hobby, the goggles should be tested by also non-pro FPV pilots. Because those pilots must be those experienced ones. But even so, these pilots won't be thinking about why the FOV is important because they will only be able to test one pair of goggles. They don't have different pairs of goggles to compare with, so it's very difficult to get results. So the point of this video is that I have a few pairs of FPV goggles. The FOV ranges from 25 degrees field of view to 50 degrees field of view. I've tested 25 degrees field of view, 32 degrees field of view, 42 degrees field of view, and 50 degrees field of view. And I think I found the magic number for the standard field of view for everyone else. I hope will be the industry standard for future goggles makers.
1 minute.
Currently, the only choice is either between a big field of view or a small field of view with clarity. For example, okay, right now we have the biggest field of view of 45 degrees, which is the Aomway Commander V2. Then you have the Skyzone version 3 of 43 degree field of view, and the Fatshark HD3 with 42 degree field of view. Because they are of a bigger field of view, clarity is less than the Fatshark Dominator V3, a 30 degrees field of view. Then you have the Fatshark HDO 37 field of view, which has the highest clarity amongst those goggles. Because clarity of the picture in flying FPV, you can see all the defined edges of an object and the surrounding, and most people would prefer that, but because they have a smaller field of view, no choice for them if they want clarity. You need to sacrifice the bigger field of view for clarity. So the market thinks that if you want big field of view, and then you need to choose smaller field of view for better clarity picture. I mentioned earlier, this is not correct. From my research, YouTube and the net, I found out that there are two categories of FPV pilot. The first one is freestyler, who just flies around in an open field without going through any obstacles. Second one is that the pilot flies style going through obstacles like in abandoned buildings and through an open field. The pilot is a racer to go through gates. The majority of the pilots are really in the second category. So the second category pilots is a field of view that gives him the best perception, depth, structure, surroundings of opening, and so on. So the FOV give him a picture. He can see these well-defined edges, the structures, surroundings. FPV flying is really with a picture in front of you. You need to be placed in a distance where it gives you the best view, the surrounding, and you're able to judge, see the surrounding really well. I found that the 50 degrees field of view gives the best perception of structures and surrounding really well. The picture will give you a sense that you are actually there. That is how you see your surrounding in your natural environment every day, so that you are able to judge distance, structures, sizes, and surrounding very well, as naturally as you would do in your natural environment. This is why some people say that this is very immersive. They like it. Immersion is not about you being there. It's about really how well it gives you a picture of the surrounding and how it helps you fly well in that environment. So with a 50 degrees field of view, because you can judge the distance, size, and openings of obstacles really well, the transmitter sticks movement will also become very natural. It will give you very smooth flight, have very confidence in flying through obstacles without any problem. That's the maximum FOV that I would suggest that the market should go for the best field of view. However, it can drop down to slightly lower field of view. There is a range for that. I think that the minimum is about 42 degrees field of view. The reason why I say that is because from 42 degrees to 50 degrees field of view, you don't really need to squint your eyes when you look at the screen. The difference in size of the picture from 50 degrees to 42 degrees field of view quite minimal. For that range, you can fly naturally. Because you don't have to squint your eyes too much, there will not be any effects on your eyesight in the long run. And of course, if you want to see the surrounding even better, screen quality has to improve. Quality will need to be improved in that range of field of view. You really cannot have one without the other. So big field of view goggles will also need higher quality picture, thus higher quality screen. So this range of field of view is for everyone. Freestyler without moving through obstacles, freestyler moving through obstacles, and racers. This should be the market standard for the field of view for all FPV goggles. Any field of view less than 42 degrees to the minimum of 30 degrees field of view will only be limited to those people or pilots who fly without going through obstacles. I know that there are also pilots who can fly through obstacles using less than 42 degrees field of view, especially those who are very experienced. They can thread needles. Most of them are very young pilots. Even so, it is not advisable for them to fly such a small field of view because they need to squint their eyes. This will affect their eyesight in the long run. And because Fatshark has now released the HDO, definitely the OLED screen is the best out there, which gives the best clarity of picture. For analog video like what we have in the FPV, the OLED screen should not be the industry standard. Resolution should be increased for the bigger field of view, and the field of view of between 42 to 50 degrees field of view should be the standard field of view for all FPV goggles. Guys, that's the end of this video. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Remember, quadcopter is not rocket science. See you next time.